Hello, my name is John Eastham.
My name is Blair Robinson, serve as the discipleship pastor here, First Irving.
And we are here, we're trying to get you guys interested in a thing called Light the Night. I wanted to give you just a real quick view of what Light the Night is. It's something that's been in place in our church now for several years. It's an outreach into the community to share the gospel of Jesus Christ, and in the process of that, to get people to connect a little bit, both in homes in the area, but also with our church too. It has proven to be an incredibly beneficial event in that respect, and one that we hope to continue for the future to come.
Something that we want to do just slightly different this year with Light the Night is put more of a focus on getting to know those in our neighborhood. And we've done a great job in the past years of inviting people to events in our church and to our church, wanting to serve them and get them involved. But something that we want to do this year is to be more intentional in just getting to know them as people. And what we're trying to do is serve in places that you live around or that you frequent, and being intentional that night and getting to know them, getting to know where they live, who their families are, and making sure that that connection is a primary part of why we do what we do, and making sure that it's as essential to the ministry that the Lord has entrusted to us here at First Irving.
Now, as Blair has lined all that out, I'm hoping that the Holy Spirit is already motivating you to want to be a part of this, because in order to make this work, it requires volunteers. It requires people just like you who are willing to do certain things on that specific night. In overview, it looks like this. There's a home in place. People have invited other volunteers to step in to do games, to do candies, hand out candy, do photo booths, and so forth. And to make that work, we'd ask you guys to, first of all, pray for the night. Pray for those volunteers that will be involved in the night. Because in that prayer time, the goal is to get that individual connected with someone that needs to hear the gospel of Christ and the connections that can come out of that. Along with that, with those volunteers, we'd ask you to do things like work games, to hand out candy, to manage a photo booth, to engage, in fact, as many times as possible with the neighborhood and the community as they enter into that venue. Now, at the same time, if you're a parent especially, we would ask you to engage with other parents in recognizing it's not just a kids event, but it is a kids event. And because it is, it gives you that platform that you can work from. The bottom line on all of this, though, is that as we're in those places, the goal is to make connections. It's to connect them first with Christ, but also with you and with our church. And in the process of that, after the event, to have, through contact card information, ways that we can reach back out into that community and come into places for those individuals.
I think easy ways to do this, to connect people, is to invite them to specific things, like to grab coffee or to have a play date if they have kids and you're at home, or to invite them over to your house and cook them dinner, and just being intentional in getting to know them. We want to make sure that we care first about the person, building trust with them so that we can share with them of who Jesus Christ is, what he has done for us, and the gospel ministry that he's entrusted to us. And so we think these are pivotal connecting points for us this year. And as a team, we're praying for these. And as a team, we're thinking about these things. We always want to be developing and reforming and making sure that we're stewarding the resources and the time that the Lord has given us to entrust this gospel ministry to other people in our community.
Now, as you feel led into this, the goal is to get you to connect now with me, or with Leanne Calloway, or with Anna Brantley, maybe even with Blair Robinson. Get us connected with you so that we know that you want to serve. And once that's done, we can find a side home that we would encourage you into. All right? Now, if you have questions, you can call me, text me, email me, in whatever form that looks like. I would love to share information with you. If you have those questions, though, get them to me soon, because we'll be setting up in the very near future for these sites.
Thank you so much for volunteering this year and for taking this new step of faith as we do this together.
Yeah, and thank God for each and every one of you.